So welcome to Kingmoor Nature Reserve here in Carlisle. Just going to go for a little walk through the nature reserve and then make my way to Kingmoor Railway Sidings Nature Reserve, which is the site of the former railway sidings, large railway sidings here in Carlisle. Today is Saturday the 21st of December 2024, the shortest day of the year, so it's always nice to think that the days are going to start slowly getting longer after today. It's a reasonably mild but blustery day today. This is not one of my regular walks. I live on the other side of the city, but it's an interesting walk, particularly to see the site of the old railway sidings, which we'll make our way to a little later on. So the woods are quiet today. I suspect, being the last Saturday before Christmas, lots of people are in town doing their last minute Christmas shopping, but it's much nicer to be out here enjoying some fresh air, getting out in nature. The original plan today was to go to Sidings, to the beach, have a wander around there, but the weather's taken a bit of a turn for the worse, a bit overcast, raining, windy, so thought it might make more sense just to go for a walk here locally instead. Right, got a decision to make. The path diverts and have to decide which way to go, so have a quick look at the map and work out which is the best way. So I've just said a few minutes ago that it's much nicer being out here in the fresh air and nature than being in the town doing Christmas shopping, but I must admit the weather's just turned for the worse, started raining, and I quite fancy the idea of popping into a nice coffee shop in town and having a coffee and a slice of cake rather than being out in the wet. But hey ho, welcome to British winters, grey and wet. Let's hope we get a summer next year, make up for the dreadful weather we've had this year in 2024. I really did choose the perfect time in the day to go for a walk, didn't I? I suppose I can't complain. If I'd gone to the coast, I'd have been even more soaked, because there's even less shelter there, and I'd have had farther to travel home, so ho hum. I quite enjoy walking along these wooden walkways. So now we're heading towards the Kingmoor Sidings Nature Reserve. Over here I think we're going to be building new houses. I think that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of tree planting on the other side of the road to compensate. Now this for me is the most interesting side of the nature reserve, because this is the old railway sidings, and You can see remains of the railway sidings along here. What a difference a few minutes makes. Rain has gone, and even a little bit of blue sky. So there we have the West Coast Main Line and the Kingmoor sidings that are still in use. If you look down here, you can actually see some old redundant sidings there, overgrown with trees. Anyway, let's have a little wander down here and see what we can find. So you get a good view there of the sidings. You can tell that they've not been used for a long time by the age of the trees. So we have a few information boards along here which tells you what used to be here. There we are. Centre for steam. In the 1960s, Kingmoor became a haven for steam power as other engine sheds gradually closed. As many as 100 steam locomotives can be present on a Sunday, even in 1966. So that's what it used to look like, and that's what it looks like today. Quite a difference. Hard to imagine.
Until 1958, Kingmoor was a Scottish region shed and coded 68A. It was then transferred to the London Midland region and coded 12A. It remained as such until closure on the 1st of January 1968.
So another information board coming up. Engine sheds. So located here were the first Etterby engine sheds, constructed of wood and completed in 1877. The spacious Free building was well equipped to maintain and repair locomotives on the Caledonian Railway, which ran from Carlisle to Glasgow and Edinburgh. So here we are, the site of the former engine sheds. Again, hard to imagine it today. Let's just have a little wander this direction. So there you have it, the site of the old engine sheds.
In 1965, its allocation comprised 120 locomotives with Black 5s and Britannias dominating the allocation. In addition, there were a number of 9Fs, Jubilees and Royal Scots.
There's a few more information boards through here, so we'll have a look at those. So this is the site of the coaling plant. This provided fast ED loading for engines. Coal trucks ran onto a cage where they were clamped and tipped upside down to fill large buckets, and these were hoisted up using counterweights to fill the two bunkers. Each bunker filled approximately 150 tonnes and had 4 loading chutes. Again, really hard to imagine it. So here we are inside what was once the Kingmoor heavy repair shop, or standing in the location of the heavy repairs shop, I should say. Again, no sign of it today. And these sheds were well equipped with machinery, overhead hoist, wheel drop facilities and off to the side a machine shop with a wheel lathe. And trees have now grown where the 20-foot deep concrete pit used to be situated. It's the old city council that put these information boards up, and I think they did a really fantastic job. Really interesting, especially if you're into your railway history. And here we have information about becoming a driver. The traditional route of working up through the grades started at 14 or 15 years old as a cleaner. I do know, or have met, a number of people that used to work here as drivers or working on the trains. So visible among the trees are large concrete slabs that supported a timber building which used to house the rail crane, and this rail crane was built by Cowan and Sheldon of Carlisle. Also kept here was an accommodation van with bunks used by workers attending an incident when they were away from home. Here we have some old railway tracks left in the ground. So here we have a sign welcoming us to the Kingmoor Sidings Nature Reserve, and I'm not sure how clear it is, but it says "You are here," and you just see what an impressive site it used to be. There's the engine sheds, and here's the West Coast Main Line still running past the site, and we'll go and see if we can find the turntable. Again, another map here. Kingmoor Sidings has a long history. Following the closure of the rail yard and motive power depot in 1968, wildlife began to recolonise the area. There are still railway secrets to be found if you look for the tantalising clues still visible. So again, not a very clear map, but this is the nature reserve and these are the current sidings. Anyway, if I head in this direction, we should find the old turntable. So these signs could do with a bit of a clean, or even updating a bit, improving, but this is the site of the turntable. In fact, you can just see the edge of the turntable there, the stonework. This 70-foot engine turntable was put in during 1903 to accommodate the increasing size of engines and tenders, and the open space in the background is now occupied by Carlisle Diesel Depot.
Even in 1966 and the early months of 1967, it still maintained about 120 engines, which was more than any other steam shed. These were mostly Britannias, Black 5s and Ivory Class 4 260s. A Black 5 is seen on the turntable, situated at the south end of the yard.
So here you can see the old turntable, the brickwork still visible. And here we are, right next to the West Coast Main Line. There have been trains running past.
Kingmoor shed closed on the 31st of December 1967. Today, as we look north from Etterby Road, from where the shed directory's customary cinder path once led to the depot, the site lies derelict and hidden from view by the mass of vegetation that's established itself over 3 decades.